What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing news. I would have did this video a little bit earlier. I'm getting prepped for the Andre Berto, Robert Guerrero bouts that are coming on tonight. But I went to get sushi, and it was fucking delicious. Anyway, I wanted to talk about the Ricky Hatton fight. Unfortunately, living on the West Coast, I didn't expect it to be on so early, so I missed the first 5 rounds, I think, and I didn't catch it until late. But based on what I've read and like what I've seen, what I did see, I'm still able to do a post-fight commentary. I could, I'm gonna rewatch the whole thing when it re-airs or find it online or something, and if anything changes, which I don't think it will, I'll make an updated video. But I think I have enough to gauge what took place tonight. As far as Ricky Hatton, he's been out of the sport 3 years, 3+ years, and he came back. He was stopped by Senchenko in the 9th round. A vicious body shot, vicious body shot, and he was never able to get up from that liver shot. The body shot and the way Ricky Hatton responded to it, it reminded me a lot of the Amir Khan versus Maidana fight. I think it was in round 1 where Amir Khan hit Maidana with just a clean flush body shot, unprotected, and Maidana just dropped like a ton of bricks, and he looked like he was in agonizing pain, and that was reminiscent to tonight's fight. As far as Ricky Hatton, everyone expected him to beat Senchenko. There was talks of him fighting Amir Khan in the future, Kell Brook, Paulie Malignaggi, just for a title. And Ricky Hatton expressed it even tonight that he wanted a title fight. But we don't know what the future holds for him at this point. I don't know if he's going to hang it up completely. As you guys know, Ricky Hatton's had his own personal demons. He's there's videos even online of him snorting coke, doing drugs. He's been known. There's pictures floating around the internet. He's been known to gain like a excess amount of weight when he's not in training camp, and he's just had his personal demons, the party life and drinking, and it looks like all of those things caught up to him tonight. So it's bad enough that he has a layoff, but to abuse your body during that layoff and then try to make a comeback, even though it looked like he was in great shape, there's still internal damage that you probably cannot tell or you cannot see just from the mere physique. I mean, especially when it comes to drugs, when with hardcore drugs at least, sometimes they leave like lifelong lasting effects. I don't know exactly what drugs he was doing, but I mean, I know a lot about drugs just from just watching specials and whatever, reading. I read a lot. Some of them leave lingering effects, like crystal meth. Some people who haven't smoked crystal meth for 7 years, they still have some of the adverse effects, like twitching and like spasm. It does stuff to your nervous system. So I don't know exactly what he did. I know I've seen a video of him snorting coke. He was drinking. It was reported that he was just partying like crazy and that kind of stuff, gaining a lot of weight. So it looks like all of those things have caught up to him, and he's getting older. I really don't know who he can beat at this point. He didn't beat Senchenko. I definitely think he should have took a tune-up fight before this fight. Senchenko is not a bad fighter. He's a pretty solid fighter, even though he lost Paulie Malignaggi. It's just like the lights were too bright, and he received that body shot, which was a perfect shot for Senchenko. If someone who's been away from the sport for 3 years, you want to work the body. I was actually shocked that Ricky Hatton, from what I seen, didn't work the body too much himself. I think that would have been a better shot for him instead of kind of head hunting. Ricky Hatton's always been like the brawler type, and that's why he paid when he fought Mayweather with that check hook. So as far as Ricky Hatton, I don't really know who he can beat at 147. Devin Alexander, I think it would be too slick, too young for him, too agile. Maidana has pop, and he looks like he's getting better and better under the training of and coaching of Robert Garcia. So I don't really see him beating Maidana. I really don't know who he can beat. Paulie Malignaggi's pretty crafty and stealthy. He could hurt Paulie Malignaggi, and Paulie doesn't have really punching power, so possibly beat Paulie Malignaggi, but who knows if he'll even fight because he lost tonight's fight. So I give props to Ricky Hatton just for making a comeback, taking a stand, a valiant effort, the courage, getting his body back into shape physically. But unfortunately, just tonight it wasn't enough. So I wish him the best. I actually felt bad for him when he was doing his post-fight interviews. I just really felt bad for him because he was in tears. Like it's kind of that awkward moment where a fighter knows that their career is on the decline and they're at the end of their ropes. So it's just a sad thing to see in the sport of boxing. Eric Morales, after the Danny Garcia rematch, had that same kind of look in his eyes where it's like a realization that fighters go through. Like, hey, this is close to the end. Because even Ricky Hatton said, he was like, I can't keep picking myself up off the ground. Like, I mean, you don't want your legacy to end like that. I mean, Roy Jones is a prime example. I really wish Roy Jones would have hung it up a lot sooner. Some of his more recent fights haven't been the greatest. But this is the sport of boxing. This is what happens. Fighters have a lot of pride, a lot of heart, and this is all they know for some of them. So they don't really give up. They don't have like that give up spirit unless you're Victor Ortiz. But like I said, props to Ricky Hatton for making a comeback, trying to fight his personal demons and trying to put on for his fans. Like I said, I think he should have done a couple things differently, like work the body mainly, use a little bit more head movement or a lot more head movement, and it looked like he was fatigued. To be honest, like around the part that I started watching, it looked like he was really fatigued. So Senchenko going to the body was an excellent decision because that proved to be the knockout blow that he couldn't recover from. And that's a lesson for you young boxing fans. When you got someone who's fatiguing, work the body instead of head hunting. So, what do you guys think of the fight? Let me know. I'm gearing up to watch the Berto fight. You guys know my prediction. If you haven't heard it already, check my video on my channel. Leave a comment on that. Hopefully, it's a great night of boxing. Ricky Hatton defeated by Senchenko, round 9 stoppage, body shot. What do you guys think he should do? Should he retire? Is there someone you think he can beat? If so, who? At 147, and let me know. But as far as like Pacquiao or Mayweather, I really don't see him beating either one of them at this point. So let me know what you guys think. All right, until next video, it's Ego signing off.